Welcome to the Dolphins Dive Bar. Welcome back to the Dolphins Dive Bar. Ah, man. Buffalo. What can I say? Today's game is late. It's prime time, Thursday prime time. Just going to enjoy a little glass of wine here. Yeah, maybe not so little. So, we're back for another season of the Dolphins Dive Bar, the post-game little ramblings of me, your host, Tony Two Times, a.k.a. Chicky, with the Glicky and a Bicky. And I just want to preface it by saying that I truly hope that Tua Tagovailoa is okay and that he heals from this concussion and that he gets better and that he can play again at some point this season. I know that we might be asking a lot of him to do that. I know that, I want to say that the man is fragile, but the man does have a history of TBI, of traumatic brain injury, of head trauma. That is what that is. I mean, we see, he takes the big hits. Unfortunately, he goes down, like Skinny Tua came into the year and, we had high hopes, the feet, the legs, but, unfortunately that is what took him to injury. I'm really bummed out about that, but I really feel for him as a person, and I really hope he gets better. For the game itself, Dolphins lose 31-10, prime time Thursday night football against the arch nemesis. I can't even say rival, Buffalo Bills. Because, what kind of rivalry is this? We get a win, every 3-4 years against these freaking guys? They're 12-2 or 12-1 against us in the last 13 games? And most of these games are happening to be freaking blowouts? 3 or 4 out of the last 9 times we've played these guys, they've beaten us by 2+ touchdowns? Just, it's insane, And the freaking national media and all that stuff, all the pundits, whoever wants to say, this is what this team is. They can't, they're a front runner. They can't play with the big boys. All those cliches, they live up. They live up to every single word. Because it's even before the injury, the team was doing nothing. They sustained one good drive, Tua finished the game 17 for 25 with a touchdown and 3 picks. A pick on the opening drive, which really wasn't his fault, bounced off the guy. But then you get a pick 6 that, that arm was just not strong enough to throw the freaking ball out of bounds. And say he just throws it to the sideline and gets picked off, and that's an easy score. The O-line was in shambles, bro. Chris Greer, are you still laughing? Are you still laughing? Right now, you should be laughing on the outside, crying on the inside, because, it's a problem. You're relying on Teron Armstead, who's a great player when he's healthy, but he doesn't stay healthy. You can't expect him to get through the rigors of a 17-game season. Here we are in Game 2. The guy just had a freaking day, a game 4 days ago or whatever, and then get him back out there, and he gets hurt. You keep him out the rest of the game just to, whatever. And then you lose, Jones, I think, you had to put in Eichenberg. You've already lost 2/5 of your line. They don't got depth there. They don't got receiving depth. Tyreek, after last week going off on basically that big 80-yard play, 130-some-odd yards, Tyreek only gets 3 catches, 24 yards? Waddle, 4 for 41? The only good part of the offense was Achane. The dude had 22 carries for 96, and he had 7 catches for 69 with a touchdown. He's the only one that showed up on your offense today. Josh Allen just continues to be our daddy. And his stats were pretty pedestrian too, right? He goes 13 for 19 with 139 yards and a touchdown? Didn't need it, bro. The South Florida kid, James Cook, comes in, 11 carries, 78 yards. He gets 2 touchdowns on the day. And then that Shakir guy, 5 for 54, but he seemed like he was always open. Defense couldn't get pressures on Allen. Calais Campbell, got pretty much neutralized. Phillips got pretty much neutralized. Chop Robinson, he's a rookie. He's trying to find his way, trying to find whatever moves work from him, but basically neutralized. Mr. Freaking Moneybags, Jalen Ramsey, gets, burnt on a 3rd and long. It's like, what, 3rd and 12, something like that. Allen rolls around, breaks the pocket, and goes off to the side and just finds a dude all way downfield because Ramsey slips and he gets tackled inside the 5-yard line. I mean, just bullied, man. Just completely bullied. It just, man, that's such a bummer. I mean, David Long Jr., dude had 11 tackles today. He was the most consistent player on defense. The guy was everywhere because he had to be. With this product, it's a weird product because, training camps, all that stuff, everything's watered down. These guys don't hate each other. So, during the course of the first week, there was a lot of sloppy football. The Finns played a sloppy first half versus Jacksonville, but then they played an entirely sloppy game today. Shout out to the Bills' defense because they just kept it on lock. But you wonder about that because, if all the teams are going to suck for the first 2-3 weeks maybe, it's is that the product that we have to accept from the NFL? Is that it? We're just going to have to deal with substandard football play for 2-3 weeks and still pay the full price for the fans to go to the game and watch it and the parking and the concessions and all that, or us other fans that gotta have Prime subscriptions or YouTube, NFL YouTube subscriptions, any of that business. That's not a good look for the league. Back to this offense, this offense, they paid a lot of money for 3 players. And all 3 of those players were neutralized today. Buffalo took Tyreek and Waddle pretty much out of the game. With those 2 high safeties, keeping everything in front of them, bigger cornerbacks. They just couldn't find space. And even in the zones, they didn't keep them on islands. So it's a lot of zone, and they can't find the soft spot in the zones. Getting burnt on blocks. The O-line got burnt. Alex Ingold. They saw that play 3-4 times last week on tape. So they knew on a 3rd and short, they're going to, when they're lined up like that, they're going to hand the ball off. When the quarterback's on the side, he's handing the ball off to the fullback. They blew that up, got him. Ingold had a rough day. He, even though Achane scored on that touchdown pass, he got blown up on the block. The dude just slipped, and Achane was able to walk in. They tried that play again, and Ingold got blown up again, and then they got taken down on the play, for very few yards. Yeah, that comes to coaching and game plan. This is McDaniel's 3rd year as the man of this team, and it's what have you done? What have you learned from the last 2 years that you're going to make better this time around? What are you doing differently this year that you weren't doing last year? Or what are you going to do differently this year that you weren't able to do last year? What did you learn? What are you implementing? Because I see the same crap. It's there's no offense, there's no idea of what to do if Waddle and Tyreek are game planned for. There's very little adjustment, and there's very little creativity in the plays and in the attack. What's that guy's name? McDermott outclassed you, as he does every time he goes up against you. Outclassed. Those players outplayed, out-hustled, out-gritted. Is this the ceiling? Is it wild card and then bust every year? So, look, Miami's next game, Finn's fall, of course, tonight to 1-1. Miami's next game is in 10 days out west in Seattle. Game I was actually looking forward to go to. I don't think I'm going to be able to swing it now. And, who knows if Tua is going to be able to play. If he's out for any long, term period of time, which he might be for his own safety, for his own health, for his own welfare. I can't say nothing. All I can do is speculate, right? But I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll miss the next game. What if he misses 2, 3, 4 weeks of the season? What, we're gonna roll with Skyler? I mean, like, do you see Skyler today? The dude was a statue back there. He gets the ball, plants his feet, doesn't move his feet or his body, and then just throws these awkward, passes. Overthrow, underthrow. I mean, bro, move your feet, move your head, move around. We know you're a more mobile guy. I mean, he's going to have to. I get it. You're coming off the bench, you're cold, and you just want to go out there and make a couple plays. All right, and he'll be more fluid next game. But, I mean, someone's going to have to give, because what? Are we going to ride with this dude for 3-4 games? What are we going to do, call Tannehill? Is it really going to come back full circle? You really going to get Tannehill out of there? I mean, are you going to be calling Tom Brady and be like, yo, Noodle Arm, we need you, bro? Like, that'll be the day. Dolphin fans wanted that guy a few years ago, so hey, why don't we get him now when he really's got nothing left in the tank? But I'm sorry. This video is very, very disjointed today. I don't know. I just needed to rant about a couple of things because it just freaking sucks, man. Just sucks to see this happen to Tua, and not even just that. Like before the injury, it just sucks to see just the blatant bullying that was just put on display by Buffalo. It's just like we just cannot beat the freaking Bills, bro. Ah, man. Anyway, I'm about to be finished with this drink. Hang on. Now I'm finished with my drink, which means we're finished with this week's video. Check back in next, not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday in like 10 days when the Finns, you guys have a 4:05 game, I believe, because it's on the West Coast, They play their 1 o'clocks at, 1 p.m. their time, so that was the stupidest thing I've ever said. So yeah, I mean, just come back next week. Hopefully, Miami can rebound. We'll see where we're at. We'll see if we're left in shambles or if we can pull something together. But anyway, this has been the Week 2 recap of the Miami Dolphins Dolphin Dive Bar. Once again, Dolphins fall to the dreaded Buffalo Bills, 31-10. Fall to 1-1 on the season, and let's see where we go from here. Prayers up to Tua. Mwah. Got boo-boo.